what up, you guys? So, let's talk about this for a second. First and foremost, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but I've been dealing with some stuff. All right, so this video is really more for Facebook because I been dealing with this project. So, a couple weeks ago, I hurt my back at a Tyson facility. The trailer was way too high and it was fully loaded, and I was trying to crank it down. And of course, I did the logical thing, which I told the yard dog about it. Yard dog was like, "Well, it's going to take me about 2 hours to get to you because we're really, really busy." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not going to happen." So I just did it myself, and I ended up twisting my back a little bit, hurting. And I was in pain for about a week and a half, and it's bad. I've had 3 back surgeries. I have metal in my back. I really shouldn't be doing that, you know. But I also didn't want to wait 2 hours. So I had this idea. What if I could have the high torque impact, with a modified socket, right? And I will take this socket and I will take the crank handle off, put the socket on there with a pin, and that way I'll use the impact to raise and lower the landing gear. So I went out and I bought the biggest, baddest impact that Ryobi makes, and I know. Don't come for me in the comments, y'all. Well, you shouldn't have gotten Ryobi. You should have gotten a DeWalter. You should have gotten a Milwaukee. Yeah, no. Look, I already have the Ryobi tools. Okay, I have the Ryobi leaf blower. I have the Ryobi impact driver. I have the Ryobi um, vacuum cleaner for the truck. So Ryobi is kind of where I'm at right now. Besides, Ryobi is more affordable. Because if I mess up an impact or if I mess up my tool, I don't want to have to go through the process of warranting it. I'm just gonna go grab another one. My impact driver was like $100. My impact wrench was like 200. My vacuum cleaner was like $60. So I'm not that worried about it. And batteries are cheaper for Ryobi. So I went Ryobi. All right. I tried drilling out the socket myself, but apparently black impact rated sockets are pretty damn hard. So I got with the guys over at the Prime Ink fabrication shop, and they were able to drill it for me, and so I put they put a 3/8 hole on either side of the socket. So now I'm able to get a 3/8 bolt in it, but they don't line up perfectly because they had to go one side first and the other one. So a 5/16 will do, right? And it will. Just get a nice strong grade 8 bolt. That's what I did. So I put it in there with a nut, whatever. So yeah, I got that in and it works. And the guy at the shop was like, "Hey man, a few months back, I had this idea too." And what he did is he took a impact socket and put a nice thick, like maybe quarter-inch thick washer on the end of it that had been slotted out. And so the theory behind his tool is that you slip it over the shaft for the landing gear where the crank handle goes. Mine is you put it in with a pin. His you just slip it over. It's kind of big and bulky and it's not centered right, but the theory is there. And he's like, "You can have it, bro. If I need one, I can just make another one." I'm like, "Dude, you're awesome." So I walked away from the fabrication shop a little while ago and had my idea in hand and the gentleman's gift idea in hand as well. And I'm like, all right. So we tried it out on one of the trailers there, but even when we tried to crank the landing gear by hand, it was just very, very tough, very hard, very. That's what she said. It was very difficult. It's almost like the landing gear were damaged on them, so that didn't work out. But we attempted it. It didn't really work out. But then he was like, "Yeah, man, it's all right. You might have to have a different, a stronger impact." I'm like, hmm. So I came to the yard and snuck up to an empty trailer and I tried doing it myself. Took the crank handle off and I put my tool on it and my tool's a little too shallow. My socket, the holes are a little too shallow. So I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger socket in the future and put the holes further up. But I tried his as well. I tried his, and his slipped right over the way it was supposed to. But alas, it didn't work. Now, already on the Facebook, I've gotten comments about how it's you need a stronger impact. Why don't you use a pneumatic impact hooked up to the airline? Blah blah blah. That's a possibility. But the thing is, a pneumatic half-inch drive impact will put out a maximum of about 1,600 foot-pounds of torque. My half-inch Ryobi impact puts out 1,750. It's not an issue with the torque. So I did a little more research, read online a bit, and the issue that I'm seeing that I think this is the problem is the fact that I'm using an impact. So this impact will put out 1,750 foot-pounds of torque. But that 1,750 foot-pounds of torque is momentary torque. 1750 nothing, 1750 nothing, 1750 nothing, 1750 nothing. You know what I mean? Because it's supposed to impact at that super high torque multiple times. The theory is that that will break, and it's not just theory, I guess, it's practice now, because that will break rusted out bolts and that will break stuff that is torqued really, really high. Lug nuts and frame bolts and stuff like that. And that's why impact wrenches are so vital and so important. I'm gonna keep the thing and I'm gonna buy a couple of big impact wrenches because that might be useful. Like if I have a loose lug nut or if I need to work on something and I need an impact wrench, not just an impact driver. So that's good to have. But the issue is I'm probably, if I want to keep working on this project, I'm probably gonna have to get a heavy duty drill, right? Because a drill will put that torque and it's continuous torque. So it's basically the drill version of what you're doing with a hand crank. You're applying torque to start the process, but you're continuing to hold the torque to keep cranking the landing gear. So with the impact, it just impacts continuously, tap 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 tap, and unfortunately, the landing gear won't go anywhere because it needs sustained torque in theory. So for now, the project is getting put on hold. I will be heading back out on the road tomorrow. Um, and yeah, that's where it's at right now. But I just wanted to make a quick video explaining that. And I'm going to post a link to this video on my Facebook. If you are here from my Facebook page or from my Facebook post, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. I'm trying to grow the channel. I have good stuff on here. I try to make this a decent content channel. I'm not a content farm. I put out videos when I feel like it, and I put out videos whenever I remember to. Lately, my emotional health has not been an issue, but it's been taking priority, so I haven't been really concentrating on making videos. Honestly, taking a few days here at the Springfield terminal to just kind of chill has helped me out a lot. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put out this video. That's kind of how it works. If you see videos, I'm doing pretty good. If you don't see videos, you'll see them eventually. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I'll check you guys out later.